Good morning, folks. My woo this morning isn't quite as vibrant. You may have noticed I've been offline most of the last week. The news about Charlie Kirk, it kind of rocked me a little bit. And I just didn't really feel like it was appropriate to be getting online and woo-wooing after such a tragedy. This is a new week, though. And I believe the events with Charlie Kirk has affected this nation. I believe it's separated a bunch of us. There's a bunch of people mourning about it. There's a bunch of people devastated about it, and there's a bunch of people happy about it and celebrating it. And I believe this event has drew a clear line of distinction between us all. And I've seen some hashtags on Facebook and other forms of social media saying, "I am Charlie Kirk, we are Charlie Kirk." I don't believe his death is going to be in vain. I believe there's a revival that's going to break out in this nation. And I believe this tragic event is going to be a catalyst for a shaking and an awakening for people in this nation. And it's challenged me to look inside and be a better person. It's challenged me to look inside and not just use a hashtag that says "I am Charlie Kirk," but to see how is it that I can be more like Charlie Kirk? How is it that I can more boldly proclaim the gospel and tell people about Jesus? How is it that I can be more open to hearing, to listening to people who believe different than I do? How is it that I can be more patient with people that don't like me? I believe if you're going to use the hashtag "I am Charlie Kirk," or you're going to proclaim to be like Charlie Kirk and follow the example that he has set, then it has to be more than a hashtag. What are you going to do to be more like Charlie Kirk? Not that Charlie Kirk is our Savior, of course not. Jesus Christ is that. But Charlie Kirk pointed to him. And Charlie Kirk gave a microphone to people that opposed him. And Charlie Kirk believed in peaceful debate, exchange of ideas. He didn't believe in emotional outbursts. If you came to him with an emotional outburst, he would ask you to back that up. And that really upset a lot of people because it pointed a mirror at them to show them publicly after their emotional tantrum that they really didn't know what they was talking about at all. Man, did that upset people. And it's not my message today to go upset people, but it is my message today that if you're going to claim to pick up the mantle of Charlie Kirk, then you have to find a way in your life to be more like Charlie Kirk. It's not just a hashtag. And I know in my own life, I'm examining myself and I'm looking for areas where I can more boldly proclaim the gospel, and I can more boldly live for Christ. There have been areas in my life that have been slacking, and because of the love of Jesus, and because of the example that Charlie set, and because of the turning point that we are at now in our nation, I want to be a better man. And in that way, I feel Charlie Kirk's irreplaceable. But in that way, I feel like I can be more like Charlie in his remembrance. But most importantly, Charlie was just a man. And more importantly than being like Charlie is to be like Christ. And that's my message for today. I'll be back to my regularly scheduled woo, and good advice and all that kind of stuff tomorrow. But I wanted to use today to speak about Charlie Kirk and the profound effect he has had on my life, and the difference that that he's made in my life, and the changes I'm going to make as a result. So if Charlie Kirk affected your life in a positive way, I ask you to dig down deep, to look, to examine yourself, and see how it is today that you can be more like not just Charlie, but Christ as well. Think about it.